little girl chose a window seat on an airplane for the first time, only to encounter a terrifying accident. Just as she was about to admire the view outside, she was shocked to see a flock of birds being sucked into the engine. The wing began to shake violently from the impact. As the engine quickly disintegrated, she hurriedly told her grandmother. But before there could be any response, disaster struck. In an instant, a massive hole tore open in the cabin. The powerful pressure difference sucked most passengers out into the open air. Chaos consumed the cabin, with everyone frozen in fear, terrified they might be next. One man was caught in the airstream, desperately clutching his seat, but the tiny screws couldn't withstand the powerful wind and quickly popped loose. The man ultimately couldn't escape his fate. The plane shook violently again, passengers clutching their seats in terror, but unable to stop death's approach, watching one innocent life after another disappear. Before anyone could even process their grief, the plane began a rapid descent, plunging headfirst into the Pacific Ocean. After the violent impact, a momentary calm settled over the cabin. Brandon had just begun to feel relief at surviving when the plane started sinking again, with water rushing in forcefully. Seeing the water about to consume the entire cabin, terror instantly filled his body. At the critical moment, the plane wedged against a reef on the ocean floor, allowing passengers in the rear section to temporarily survive. Everyone was shaken to the core, but the cramped cabin had limited oxygen. Soon they might die from suffocation. Grandmother suddenly remembered seeing an oxygen tank on a man in the front cabin. At this point, they had no choice but to take the risk. Tom quickly removed his clothes and dove into the water. He swam forward with all his might, passing floating bodies. He grabbed the oxygen tank from the man and began his return journey, retrieving grandmother's hat along the way, unaware that a deep-sea mega shark had silently set its sights on him. Brandon only saw faint ripples on the water's surface. The next second, Tom suddenly emerged, using his last ounce of strength to place the oxygen tank on a seat and toss the hat to grandmother. Everyone noticed the blood on his waist and were about to ask what happened when Tom let go as if completing a mission. Pulled underwater by a massive creature, Brandon stared in disbelief at what lay before them, the tail of a giant shark appearing right in front of everyone. Just then, rescue personnel arrived at the scene.